Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayco Jayfeather Micro 171BH travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you got this great big awning, with plenty of room for that to come in and out. Then over on your off campsite, I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be just above your tire on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Then your water will be toward the front. The campsite, you'll hook up to city water connection. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we're going to do is level your unit. Your unit does come with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply raise or lower the unit until you're level. You can get a stick-on level. Find the center of your unit, stick it on there, and then you have someone watch it while you bring this up and down. Otherwise, you can maybe stick a level on the tongue here and get this level. Once it is level, next thing we do is stabilize it. Should you happen to lose power, you do have a hand crank that'll get this up and down if you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery post when you've arrived. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit, you got these stabilizing jacks with this 3/4 inch crank. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. I just recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom. I'm also going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and a hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment with your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack, put them down underneath these, and run these down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, stop. Because remember, our unit's already level. All we want to do is stabilize it. Keep going, you're going to mess with the levelness. Get 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Once you got your unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Got this long 30-amp cord, plugs into the side. The way they plug in now, you get this pistol grip. They go into the left, wiggle it in, then turn it to the right, and then put this black washer on. Now at the end of that 30-amp service, should you need to plug into a 110 somewhere, in your convenience pack will be this 30 to 15-amp reducer. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At the campsites, you're going to hook up to the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so it's just safe to use this. Put that on there nice and snug, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on. Just to the left of that is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, and this will lift right off of here, is make sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left it out the last time you were camping, draining your hot water heater. Throw some plumber's tape around there, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug. I believe that's 1 1/8 inches. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn on that hose. Now after your hose has been on for a little while, go inside and open up your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water flowing through them, showers, bathrooms, kitchen. Once your water's flowing steady through them, shut them off, and then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, Come out here and look to see if these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press to reset. And then up here is your pressure release valve. Be careful, this is all hot water here. All right, let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping, or boondocking as people like to call it. In that case, we will simply fill up our fresh water tank. That is right here to your right of your city water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks. Your black and gray tank and your battery, there will be also a spot to see the level of your fresh water. Do not leave this unattended when filling it. Once that tank is full, go ahead and put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump from indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting over here on your off-camp side, front storage. Got your storage area here, your hot water heater, your tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks back there. City water connection, fresh water. You got a hot and cold shower, your 751 key will work on that. Again, your power. Some lighting, accent lighting from over on the other side. Back here's your black and gray tank. Here's where we'll dump those at. You also have this separate entryway in which you can lift this up and make this all storage. Your whole bottom bunk here. Make sure you keep this locked when you're traveling. On the back corner here, you plug in your cable. Got your spare tire and ladder. Utilize it. Go up there and check the seams of your roof a couple times a year and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. On the rear here, got this J area. This will lift off here. Set on there, and that simply slides in there. And underneath here will be your quick connect LP, which is right there above your stabilizing jacks. Here you have access to the back of your fridge, a couple outdoor speakers, a vent for your microwave. You can hook up a TV out here, or you get cable in 110. This is a flue for your furnace. Two things: make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. Step light there. Again, your awning, we'll run that in and out from outside, inside. Some accent lighting in here. These are your front cap lights, which are these here. Your propane does come with a cover. It's also on a regulator, simply pointing toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. Coming up in your unit, first thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry door in case of an emergency. Coming in immediately all the way up top of your left is your control panel. So here's where you check your levels. There's your brand new battery. There's your fresh tank, your potable water. I told you can tell when that's full. Black and gray tanks. Over here is where you turn on your water heater if hooked to electric. Your water heater if hooked to gas. It does make a difference. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using that potable water. Awning light. Living room lights. And this is your awning extend. I just want to show you on your awning. You only want to run that out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that brown bar. These will, if you're holding on to it, continue to run itself out until it starts running itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. I'll shut off your awning lights here. Continuing into your kitchen. Self-explanatory microwave. Got a glass top on this cooktop. Flip that back. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to light. Hit your spark when your gas is on. That's where it'll light at. Down below your stove, glass top back down. Here's your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there, 30 and a 40. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Over here, your Furion fridge. Controls are down in the fridge part, right there. Back here around the corner is your Go Power solar charge controller. What this does is it controls the amount of solar going to your batteries to keep them from overcharging. If you got good sunlight, it's going to keep your battery charged pretty much all the time. Your main concern is making sure you're on the right battery amp or the right battery type. And I will send you a separate video from GP Electric to make sure that you understand how this works. Down below the wall on the corner here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, and you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect your battery post to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Again, this bottom bunk will fold up this way for storage. Top bunk has its own individual lighting. Turn your thermostat on here, crank the heat up, shut that off. You'll notice it'll take a few minutes for your furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Whereas with the AC, fan or AC crank high, as soon as you shut it off, it shuts off. Your table, you can wiggle this up, remove those legs, put your tabletop on these lips here, put your back cushions on top, gives you another sleeping quarters. Your smoke alarm is here. You have a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. Your bed, underneath your bed, you can flip this up, access panel. Underneath here, strapped in are a couple storage bins. 32-inch Connex TV comes with this. Come back into your bathroom. In here you also have a hand crank open power exhaust vent that is turned on down here. 110 with GFCI reset. And a little plumbing to maintain. Access panel to your plumbing. It's all PEX in these now. Just keep an eye on it. You are bouncing a house down the road. Want to make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Another access panel for your shower drain. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. So make sure that your TV mount is folded back onto this area here. TV's on there, you'll see how that snaps in there good. Shut off my living room and awning light. Bring the awning in the rest of the way. Now that my living room lights are off, I can walk around and see all the individual lighting I need to turn off. All this one-touch lighting is nice. You can just leave one on. It'll leave the unit lit up. All of our lighting's off, exit the unit. Alright, so your biggest concern bringing the steps up is make sure that this door is all the way open. Otherwise, this could catch on it when bringing it in. Adjustable feet. Press in on that, and that'll bring these up or down. Lock that in there. Lock, deadbolt, and lift and turn your handle. Now you may not want to do this yet. You may want to go in there and check the levels of your tanks when you're dumping them, but make sure that this door is secure when you get ready to travel. Another thing about your door and your awning, you want to make sure that this door is no further open than that so that your awning can open. You see, if your awning is all the way open, or if your door is all the way open, it's going to block that awning. So make sure you're probably about 45 degrees, and that'll open up nicely. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. We're going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. if we are out dry camping, we're going to come up here and open up that white drain right there. That's going to be a freshwater tank. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. If we're at a regular campsite, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be behind your tire on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull your black holding tank. That's going to be your right handle. That's going to be your sewage. Now you can, like I said, go inside and check your black tank, make sure it's empty, or you can just listen for it to be empty. When it sounds empty, leave that black handle open. Again, with your water pressure regulator, come to your black tank flush and hook up the hose at the dump station and run this hose for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Again, remember to leave that handle open. Once you're done there, remove this hose, put your cap back on. Make sure that all of that drain, black tank drain that we just put in there, has drained out. Then you can close your black handle and pull your gray handle. Now while your gray handle's dumping, come on up to your low point drain. Open up those at your dump station. Once them are done, come up here to your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Be careful, it's going to be dumping hot water out of here. When that's done, put your handle back down. Otherwise your door won't go back on. And then you can pull your drain plug. Your door will go on with those two little holes. They'll line up on the bottom here and fold in. Twist and turn that. When your gray tank is done, go ahead and close that handle. That's going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. And on these units, they gave you a nice convenient sewage hose holder right here at the back. Again, I thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayfeather for many years to come. Happy camping.